Dear students, today I am going to discuss the chemical bonding and molecular structure. Chemical bonding and molecular structure. I am Dr. Gunasekharan, Professor of Chemistry, taking class for you. Under the chemical bonding, before entering into it, let me give some introduction in this. G.N. Lewis and Quasel in 1916 developed separately theories of chemical bonding, that is octet theory of valency. Lewis symbols are notations. According to G.N. Lewis, the elements, the lithium will be represented by lithium dot, beryllium 2 dot, boron 3 dots, carbon 4 dots, nitrogen 5, oxygen 6, and fluorine 7 dots. This is the Lewis symbol or notation. You must know that. Okay. Now, thus the number of dots around the symbol represent the number of valence electrons. For example, lithium 2s1. That is lithium. 2s1, hydrogen 1s1, lithium 2s1. So what is happening? Outermost 1 electron, so lithium is indicated by 1 dot. Same way when you go for beryllium, there are 2 dots. It is going on like that, according to Lewis. The number of dots around the symbol represent the number of valence electrons. The group valency of the elements is generally either equal to the number of dots in Lewis symbols or 8 minus the number of dots or valence electron. Kindly follow. The group valence of the elements is generally either equal to number of dots in Lewis symbols or 8 minus the number of dots in valence electron. So to understand, please we'll go for previous slide. Kindly see here. So lithium 1 dot, valency 1. Beryllium, valency 2. Boron, valency 3. Carbon, valency 4. But after reaching 4, there are 5 electrons. So now I cannot write 5 valency for nitrogen. Instead of that, 8 minus 5, I am writing 3. 8 minus 6, I will write 2. 8 minus 7, I will write 1. So this is the valency. So now valency of lithium 1, beryllium 2, boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen 3, oxygen 2, and fluorine 1. So very easily, according to Lewis symbol, we identified the valency. Kindly follow. Now, the group valencies of the elements is generally either equal to the number of dots, as I have already informed, equal up to in the case, which case it is equal, lithium equal, beryllium equal, boron equal, carbon equal, 1, 2, 3, 4 in Lewis symbols, or 8 minus the number of dots of valence electron. That is, in the case of after carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, 8 minus will work out. Kindly follow. The highly electronegative halogens and highly electropositive alkali metal, first group and 17th group, are separated by 18th group, that is noble gas element, rare earth element, inert gas element. So many names for that. Now, Lewis postulated that atoms achieve the stable octet when they are linked by chemical bonds. When they are linked by chemical bonds, the atoms, they have stable octet in the outermost. For example, in the formation of a molecule, only the outer shell electron take part in chemical combination, and they are known as valency electron. The inner shell electrons are well protected and are not generally involved in bond formation. So kindly follow. Only the outermost valency electrons are involved in chemical bonding, but inner electron is not involved in chemical bonding. So let me come for definition for chemical bonding. It is a complex sentence. Let me read slowly. Kindly follow. Chemical bonding is defined as a strong force of union of two or more atoms through the redistributions of electrons in their valence shells, either by transference of electron from one atom to another or by process of mutual sharing of electron amongst themselves, so that the atom acquire the nearest stable noble gas electronic configuration of minimum energy. My dear student, this is the definition for chemical bonding. So under the chemical bonding, we are going to discuss the 5 types of chemical bonding: ionic, covalent, coordinate covalent, additive bond, hydrogen bond, and metallic bond. So when we are defining this, chemical bonding is defined as strong force of union of two or more atoms through redistribution of electron in their valence shell, either by transfer of electron or transfer of electron from one atom to another, that is ionic, or by mutual process of mutual sharing of electron among themselves, that is covalent or coordinate, so that all the atoms acquire the nearest stable gas electronic configuration of energy. So when they form a compound from the atom, they will attain the nearest electronic configuration so that the compound will be more stable. Let me go to the next one. Types of chemical bonding. There are 5 types. One is ionic or electrovalent bond, 2 covalent bond, 3 coordinate covalent or additive bond, metallic bond, and hydrogen bond. So I will go one by one. You can concentrate. First, let me take ionic bond. Ionic bond I am taking. The electrostatic force of attraction operating between two oppositely charged ions is called ionic bond. The electrostatic force of attraction operating between two oppositely charged ions is called ionic bond. The atom that donates electron will be positive, and the atom that accepts electron will be negative. Kindly follow. So how can you imagine? So let me give a simple example. You take sodium. Sodium comes in the first group, that is hydrogen first, lithium and sodium. That means 3 S1, outermost electron. So there are 3 shells. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. 3 shell, outermost only 1 electron. That is sodium. Then coming for the chlorine, it is chlorine is fluorine 2, chlorine 3. Again third shell. So 3 shell, 1, 2, then 3. So here 3s to 3p5, 7 electron will be here. We are going to see 4, 5, 6, 7. But here 1. So what will happen now? The sodium atom, here inside sodium, 1s2, there are 2 electron. In 2s to 2p6, 8 electron here. The second shell, 8 electrons. The same way here, 2 electron sodium, 8 electron in the second shell. Only in third shell, 1 electron. Kindly follow. So the atom that donates electron. So sodium will donate electron, will be positive. Sodium will be positive. And chlorine will be negative because it is accepting the electron. Now the electrostatic force operating between sodium plus and Cl minus, thus the electrostatic force of attraction operating between the two oppositely charged ions is called ionic bond. Here I have given 3 examples given. I will discuss only first 2 examples I will discuss in detail. Kindly follow me. First let me take now sodium chloride. As I already informed you, sodium is 3s1, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1, 1 electron in the outermost. This is sodium. And chlorine, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 8 electron, and then outermost 3s2, 3p5, 7 electron. So here outermost 7, here 1 electron. What is happening now? During the formation, these electrons will be transferred here to chlorine. So sodium donating this electron, the third level it is vanishes. Now it's only 1, 2 levels, so sodium plus. It is resembling neon. It is resembling neon. And come over here, chlorine, after accepting 8 electron, now 3 levels, so it resembles argon. So both ions, sodium plus and Cl minus, having the electronic configuration of the corresponding inert configuration. So this positive and negative ion having the electrostatic force to form sodium chloride. We can write easily, this is the sodium chloride, or in the bond I can write, this is the ionic way I can write sodium chloride. Okay, the next example, same thing, calcium chloride. In the case of calcium chloride, calcium comes in the second group. So that is beryllium, magnesium and calcium. This is 2, period 3, this is 4. So there are 4 levels are there. The outermost 2 electron, all the cases 2 electron in the outermost. So calcium, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 8, 3s2, 3p6, 8 again. And the 4th level, there are only 2 electrons. Kindly follow. When come for chlorine, I have already informed you, 3s2, 3p5, 7 electron in the outermost. There are 2 chlorine atoms, chlorine 1, chlorine 2. So, from the calcium, 1 electron is going to 1 chlorine atom, another electron is going to another, donating another chlorine atom. So now both chlorine becoming negative ion. So now the calcium as well as chlorine attaining the electronic configuration of argon. Now the electrostatic force operating between calcium and chlorine, it is called ionic bond. I can simply write CaCl and CaCl. CaCl, CaCl. I can write calcium chloride, CaCl2. I hope you will be having a very clear idea. Now come for the characteristic properties of ionic compound. There are 6 important properties. Number 1, physical property, solid melting point, liquid boiling point, solubility in water, solubility in organic solvent, existence, conductivity and reactivity. These are the 6 parameters, characteristics. Let me take first one. Physical property. Generally, ionic compounds have high melting and high boiling points. High melting points and high boiling points. The melting point in the case of solid, boiling point in the case of liquids. That is the ionic characteristic. High melting when compared to covalent. The next one, I'll go for solubility in water. Solubility in water. Since ionic compounds, the water is ionic in nature, it is a polar solvent, so it is easily soluble in water. So generally ionic compounds will be freely soluble in water. Freely soluble in water. That is the characteristic. All ionic compounds freely soluble in water or freely soluble in water. So why I am saying the water is ionic? Just imagine now, this is the shape of water. So here 2 negative, here 2 positive. So polarity, polar solvent. Kindly follow. Now third property, solubility in organic solvent. Generally, ionic compounds are insoluble in inorganic solvent because all organic solvents are non-polar. Non-polar. The next one, existence. Generally, ionic compound exists in the form of ion. Say for example, sodium chloride, even in solid state is observed sodium plus and Cl minus in the solid state itself it is observed. That means all ionic compound will exist in the form of ions. Coming for conductivity. Because these ionic compounds are ions, so reactions, so they are having sodium plus Cl minus, like that all ionic compounds are an ionic nature. So when you pass electric current or when you pass heat through the solution of these ions, they will behave as a good conductor of heat and electricity. So they are generally good conductors of heat and electricity. This is the very, very important. Generally, ionic compounds are good conductors of heat and electricity because it is due to ionic conductivity. The next one, reactivity. Coming for reactivity, reactions involving ionic compounds generally faster in rate. Why? Because they are ion. Ion will be faster. Neutral molecule will be slow. So rate will be faster in the case of ionic reactions, the reaction involving ionic compound. That's why reactivity will be more. So reaction will be faster. Okay, let me go for the next one. The factors that influence ionic bond. What are the factors that influence ionic bond? There are three factors. One is lattice energy, two ionization energy, three electron affinity. Dear students, lattice energy you do not know. So I will discuss later in detail. Ionization energy and electron affinity we have already discussed under the periodic properties, under the classification of elements and periodic properties. Okay, let me go for lattice energy. First one, what way the higher the lattice energy, please follow, higher the lattice energy, higher will be ionic. So depending upon lattice energy, ionic character varies. So lattice energy is more ionic. Lattice energy is less ionic. The second is based on ionization energy. Lower the ionization energy, higher will be ionic strength. Kindly follow all alkali metals, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. All alkali metals, they are very, very low ionization energy. They are very, very low ionization energy. Kindly follow low ionization energy. That's why they will form ionic compound. They will form ionic compound. The next one, kindly follow the higher the electron affinity, higher will be the ionic strength. Higher the electron affinity, higher will be the ionic strength. Where is the electron affinity higher? Affinity higher for halogen family and oxygen family very high. So whenever alkali metals and halogens and oxygen family element they combine, they generally will form ionic. So higher the electron affinity, higher will be the ionic strength. Now let me concentrate lattice energy because you have no idea regarding this. By two ways I can define lattice energy. One is the energy released when one mole crystal of solid is formed from the constituent gaseous ions separated from each other by infinite distances. Kindly follow. The energy released when one mole of solid crystal is formed from the constituent gaseous ion separated from each other by infinite distances. Let me take a simple example. Sodium plus and Cl minus, they are at infinite distances. If I am bringing these two ions together to form sodium chloride solid, they are gaseous form. When I bring this one to form the sodium chloride, whatever energy released, that energy is called lattice energy. Okay. The another important thing, kindly follow. The second way I can define the energy required to separate completely one mole of a crystalline solid ionic compound into its gaseous constituent ion to infinite distances. That means this is the solid sodium chloride. Now we are giving up energy lattice energy. So it is becoming in the form of sodium plus and Cl minus to go to the infinite distances. The whatever energy required, that we will call it as again lattice energy. Here energy required. That is if you see the literature, the value it is given for sodium chloride plus 788 kilojoule per mole is the lattice energy. So very, very ionic compound. Please follow. Next one. Factors that affect lattice energy. What are the factors that affect lattice energy? Number one, higher the charge and smaller the radii, charge will be high and the radius will be smaller, higher will be lattice energy. Higher will be lattice energy. That is, normally this is applicable for, you just think of radius should be smaller, but charges should be higher. The second case, more stable the ionic compound, stability, higher will be the lattice energy. Stability depends on stability. Highly stable, high lattice energy. Less stable, less lattice energy. Third is solubility. Lower the solubility, higher will be lattice energy. These are the three factors which will affect the lattice energy. Now, I am going to calculate theoretically how to calculate lattice energy. For this, what you need, dear students, you must know Hess law. Hess law you must know. What is Hess law? This we are going to study in thermodynamics, introduction to thermodynamics. That 2 units after that we will come back. The Hess law states that during the formation of a compound, whether it is taking place in single step or multi-step, if the initial and final products are same, the energy also will be same. This is the Hess law. I can give you a simple example. Just take sodium chloride. This sodium chloride, sodium solid, 1 mole, there is half mole of chlorine gas. This is the heat of formation of sodium chloride. This is sodium chloride, 1. Let me say delta HF. The same sodium chloride will form another different steps that we are going to see. See, let me explain that step. This is step 1, first step. That is step 2. So to understand this, let me give a specific example you can understand. Kindly follow. I am getting now carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. This is the 1 delta H value. The exothermic negative value. Negative. Same carbon dioxide I can prepare in 2 steps. One is by half O2 gives CO, delta H1. Then CO plus half O2 gives CO2, that is delta H2. So now what is the Hess law says? First step delta H1, the H equal to delta H1 plus delta H2. This is the Hess law. Kindly follow. With the help of this Hess law only, I am going to explain the lattice energy. Kindly follow. Single steps, 1 mole of solid, half mole of chlorine gas, heat of formation of sodium chloride, 1 mole of crystalline solid. So this is the energy released. Now let me come back here. The sodium solid 1 mole I take now. Then there is the outermost electron, so I will ionize that, I will take the sodium, I will vaporize that is heat of sublimation, so sodium atom gets vaporized into sodium gas, so delta H1 is the heat of sublimation. Here, of chlorine is there. So, in order to break this, because it is a molecular element, so I am using heat of dissociation, delta H2. So to convert into chlorine gas, delta H2. Then here sodium gas, again converted into sodium plus by removing one electron, that is ionization energy. So that energy I am representing delta H3 dot. And chlorine, by accepting one electron, it will give chlorine minus, so electron affinity, delta H4 is electron affinity, so chlorine gas, Cl minus gas. So now see here, sodium plus, Cl minus from infinity, I am bringing to form 1 mole of sodium chloride, so this is delta H, lattice energy. So delta H5 is the lattice energy. It is the energy released, kindly follow, to form 1 mole of sodium chloride crystals. So from this cycle, I can calculate the value of delta H5 dot as follows. Kindly follow. What way? Using Hess law. According to Hess law, delta H1, that is first one, is equal to overall delta H1 dot, H2 dot, H3 dot, H4 dot, H5 dot. Only H5 dot is the lattice energy I have to calculate. So I will take this H5, delta H5 is equal to delta H1 dot minus of remaining 4, delta H1, delta H2, delta H3, delta H4. Thus, lattice energy can be calculated. Kindly follow, problem will be asked under this, my dear students. Next, the last I want to inform here, the partial covalent character of ionic compound, that is Fajon's rule. This is the most important. What is Fajon's rule? What is partial ionic character? So you say ion, suppose let me take a simple example, chlorine, 100% covalent. 100% covalent. Suppose if I write HCl, there is partial ionic character. Same way, if I take now Br2, 100% covalent. If I write HBr, partial ionic. Same way, in the case of HI, partial ionic. Kindly compare. So which is more ionic? HCl. Which is more covalent? HI. So partial covalent character of ionic bond, how we have to compare? With the help of Fajon's rule, I can compare with any compound, I can compare. So you have to memorize this. Kindly follow me. What is the Fajon's rule says? An ionic compound tends to have appreciable covalent character, which can be explained by Fajon's rule. Now, there are three rules are given by Fajon. According to first rule, high charge on the cation or anion or both will favor covalent character. If the cation is having higher charge, a simple example, sodium plus, there is calcium 2 plus, there is aluminum 3 plus. Just compare. Which is more covalent? Aluminum is more covalent, more ionic, sodium plus. Very, very easy. So Fajon's rules will help us to compare. Simple. So sodium chloride, calcium chloride, aluminum chloride, we can compare the which is more covalent, which is more ionic, very easily with the help of Fajon's rule. So high charge of the cation or anion. This is cation. Let me give the anion now. Simple, for example, Cl minus, SO4 2 minus, then PO4 3 minus. Kindly follow. So again, Cl minus more ionic, PO4 3 minus more covalent. So so I can say sodium chloride, sodium sulfate, sodium phosphate, which is more ionic? Sodium chloride is more ionic, sodium phosphate is less ionic. Kindly follow. The second, the smaller the size of the cation will favor covalent character. Please follow more. Smaller size of the cation. Kindly follow. If you go for the group, first group, in all the first group and second group always form ionic compound. We told you already. But always the first element in the periodic table, the first group and second group, first metal will be always shows covalent character. The first group lithium covalent character, second group beryllium covalent character. Because smaller size of the cation. When you move down, the size increases. When you move down, size increases. So this is a smaller size of the cation will favor covalent character. That is the second one. And third one, large size of anion, very, very important. Large size of anion will favor covalent character. A simple example, you take halogen family, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So when you move down, the size increases. So this is more ionic, this is more covalent. Large size of the anion will favor covalent character. So by these three rules, we can easily compare the compounds ionic or covalent. My dear student, please keep it in your mind. So thank you very much for your kind cooperations. Dear students, when you are viewing my video in YouTube, kindly click, share and subscribe the button in YouTube to support me so that I will be encouraging. And I want to give one information for students who are seeing this video. If you are +1, +2 or +2 completed student, if you are preparing for NEET entrance examinations, so kindly visit our vetty.s. And we have started 20 years before. View all our achievements in our home page, you can see. Our site vetty.s has 50 to 60 recorded lessons in each subject and 50 to 60 NEET model tests, question taken from unit-wise tests, taken from IIT, AIMS, AIPMT, MSET Andhra, Delhi, etc. in each subject, including solution. So, what is the main important is for the last 6 years we observed 75 to 80 questions of same type, same questions are repeated. We observed. Another most important thing is, if under each question we have the answer will be in recorded video solution. In all other onlines, when you compare in India, they will give only in 2 lines or 3 lines the answer. Student may not understand clearly. But we will explain in video answer, giving all documents, diagram, everything we are explaining. And the third most important feature our vetty.s is having is the review. Once after attending your test, you can verify which question is wrong, which question is right by entering into the review. If you press review menu, first question will open, your answer will be in blue color, correct answer will be yellow color. Below the yellow color, there is the video solutions. So those who are interested, dear student, another most important point, we are charging only a very, very minimum amount, 10,000 rupees per year for all subjects. So even very poor people, poor student can register and then get more than 600 plus marks out of 720 in NEET entrance examinations. So those who are interested, please pay 10,000 rupees in the name of Santi, Indian Bank account number 7127194771, IFC code that is IDIB00P134, and my contact number is 9894176425. Thank you. We will meet again in the next class.